So Spitfire Classics have a thinner riding surface and more of a rounded edge, and Spitfire Conicals have a wider riding surface with a more boxed off square edge. Where does Spitfire OG Classics come in? Now, recently I've started skating a lot more street. So as you guys know, street spots are a lot rougher than a smooth skate park, obviously. So I got these OG Classics so I have a bit of a bigger wheel and a bigger riding surface to help with riding rougher spots and have a smoother ride as I'm skating street. So I chose to go with the OG Classics opposed to the Lockins or the tablets because the OG Classics have the cut-in similar to the Conicals, but there's a wider riding surface than the Conicals. Tablets are fully boxed off, so when you're locking into 50s and feebles and stuff, you're going to be hard up against it, and it's just going to be more friction on a rail or a ledge than you need. Plus, because it's full, it's not cut away, tablets are going to be heavier, so that's why I've ended up with the OG Classics. So even though I've got these to skate street, I'm going to go to the skate park to test these out, which is a bit contradicting, but the tests I'm going to do today are the speed and control, so feel if it's any more difference, if I'm any more stable with the wheels, because I've never had a wheel with such a wide riding surface. I'm going to test obviously the lock-ins, because sometimes when you're skating rounded or beveled edges with the classic wheel, because of the rounded edge, it just slips out of the grinds too easy. So this one has a much harsher squared edge with the cut-in, so it should have a good way of locking in and not slipping out of grinds. And then I'm going to test some, I have a feeling because of the riding surface is a lot wider, when I'm doing back tails or front blunt type movements, the wheels are going to be sliding on either the side of the ledge or the side of the rail. So I feel like that might be a bit more grippy. So apart from locking in grinds, I want to test the front blunts and back tail type movements too, to see how the wheels slide on the ledge. So they're the tests I'm going to be doing today. So I'm going to head straight to the park now and start warming up because it is freezing today. So first impressions of those wheels, they are so much faster and smoother. I couldn't believe it. Obviously I'm at a smooth skate park, but it felt like my board was so stable. There was no sliding out. It was so much more grippy to the ground. Obviously they were new as well, but because the riding surface was so much bigger and flatter, it just felt like when I was leaning on my heels and my toes, there was so much grip and so much control, and I couldn't believe how much faster I was going, how much grip and control I had for the ground. So super good board control. So first impression was amazing. With the little ledge I was doing nollie crooks on, that ledge was too small for me me to ollie into a crooked grind. I need a higher ledge for that, so that's why I chose to do nollie crooks, but I was locking into crooked grinds perfectly every time. Full pinch, no slip outs or anything, especially with the rounded edge, or the beveled edge I should say. It's not straight, it's on an angle. That ledge is pretty notorious for you slipping out of your grinds, and it was holding the crooked grinds perfectly, so I was really happy with that. When they're rounded and more beveled, it's harder and it just slips out more. Same as with wider rails. When I was skating the rail doing feebles and stuff, the back wheel never slipped out. I don't know if you guys would have experienced this, but if you're trying to feeble or smith a wider flat bar, you can slip out into board slide or go over really easy. So these wheels were helping me lock in so much easier. Like, it felt so good. I can lock into rails pretty well already, but this just felt so much more solid and like got me straight in there, and there was no wobbling and no slipping out at all. And then when it come to the front blunts and the flat bar, what I thought was going to happen was happening. Because of the contact patch on the wheel is so much wider, it was actually gripping to the rail. So after every like 2 or 3 attempts of the front blunt, I'd have to re-wax it because it started gripping again. So the wheels were new, hopefully that wears in a bit more and they're not so grippy, but that's the only downfall. If I get all the positives of being able to skate street smoother, being more comfortable, having more grip and control, then I can just wax the side of the rail and the ledge if I want to do tails and blunts. So that's the only negative I have for those wheels. And then the last thing, when I was doing flip tricks, I felt like I was popping better for some reason. I feel like I was more stable when I was popping and catching my tricks and landing and stuff. So overall, I'm really impressed with these wheels. I can't wait to go and skate street with them. It's so much more control. I'm popping my tricks well, my tray flips are working, I'm locking into ledges and rails really good. So these wheels are just gonna help me skate a lot better. So if you guys like this review, check out my Spitfire Classic review right here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.